Hello YouTube. In today's video I'm going to start milling out the radius in the front of the slot because the front of the RMR sight is radiused. So instead of my flat that I made here before, I'm going to create a radius by making a series of plunge cuts using calculations or coordinates for bolt circle pattern. I gave myself 60 plunge cuts basically and coordinates for each one, which should produce a decent enough starting cut that I can later smooth out by hand or using a Dremel. So we'll start making these plunge cuts and these 60 holes basically, or 59 holes rather, or not holes but plunge cuts, and we'll see how it goes. Here's how that radius turned out, as you can see. Oops. It's a radius, series of cuts, and I'm just gonna need to clean it up real quick with some sandpaper, and maybe even I'll use a Dremel and sanding drum. Just do that real quick, and then we'll test fit the sight. I haven't secured it with screws yet, but it now fits. I'm going to be milling out the stirrup cuts, which are the cuts right here on the bottom of the slide. This is also to reduce the weight of the slide. I'm going to be using a 1/2 inch ball end mill, and we're going to see how well those come out and also track how much weight we took off basically. So at first thing I'm going to do is measure or find the center of my slide. One inch 115 thousandths. That means we're gonna need to go 570 or 57 and a half. That's our zero, or center of the slide. Okay, at this point I have my tool sitting at zero at the edge of the front edge of the slide, and I know, we know that the slide is 915 thousandths thick, which means that half of that is 457 and a half thousandths. The tool diameter is 500 thousandths, or 1/2 inch, and we're going to need to come over 457 thousandths plus 250 thousandths, which means we need to come over 707.5 thousandths. So and that's to basically be aligned with the edge of the slide and the edge of the tool. So we're going to go ahead and position at 707.5 thousandths. I forgot to mention that the tool is also sitting 250 thousandths down from the bottom surface of the slide. I've repositioned my slide to where it's the tool should cut about 8 thousandths or 7.5 thousandths rather. At this point I'm going to take what seems like the final pass. I'm feeling about maybe 2 thousandths. So I'm going to adjust my Y to 2 thousandths. Okay. We're going to try to take a pass right now, and we'll see if that matches up with our dust cover or spring plug tunnel. So gonna take another 0.5 thousandths off simply because I think either my slide, my vise may have been not completely square, or the slide may not be completely parallel, but you can see that I touched the dust cover here but not here, so here I have a slight step, and I'm just going to take a 0.5 thousandths pass. And I'm going to consider this done. Now we can move on to the other side, and it's going to be the exact same process, so I'm not going to film it